The one you see right here is the absolute best value for money PC you can build for 600 bucks. It's a lot better than every single other computer we featured on the channel so far. However, to be this good, we had to go and buy deals locally on the used market. So this is not going to be as easy to replicate as my Aliexpress PC builds or my Amazon PC builds, where I literally put all the links in the description and you can just copy them yourself. This one, however, I'm going to give you a blueprint on how you can go out there, make the right offers, and bring home a PC like this if you are a little bit more experienced with hardware and if you're willing to put in the work to go and buy stuff locally. With that said, welcome back at Modern PSUs, and here we are with the absolute best 1080p high refresh rate gaming PC build for 600 bucks in 2025. Now, to the core of this PC, there is actually an AliExpress special motherboard, and it's the B760M Snow Dream from Jginyue. Now, this motherboard is absolutely insane. It is one of the best motherboards I've tried from AliExpress ever, and I actually made a full review about it, which you will find on the channel. But in short, 4 NVMe slots, very good VRMs, a very well-made BIOS, great RAM compatibility, and LGA 1700 socket for 100 bucks. Actually, if you buy it with the right discounts, even less. Now, if you go on AliExpress, you're gonna find it for around 120, 130, but make sure you get the coupons. Do not buy from AliExpress if you don't see coupons. Just wait a week, they will have coupons, okay? So buy the right time, you're gonna be happy. Now with this, I paired something I bought in the used market, and it's an i7-14700F, which I paid 150 bucks for. And it's a high core count, very fast CPU, which does require a bit of extra cooling, sure, which we're gonna cover in a second, but is a lot faster than the usual Ryzen 7 7700, which we use in our builds, and it's also faster than a Ryzen 7 9700X. So this is the absolute best CPU you can buy, and I recommend you buy a locked one, because unlocked ones really go high in power draw, and also we don't have a Z790 chipset motherboard. The reason why we can buy them so cheap is people are scared still, or they think they can get better performance with Ryzen, which they can if they buy an X3D chip. But if they don't buy an X3D chip, Intel is still leading performance-wise, and it's especially ahead in multi-threading performance. So this PC is actually going to be a little beast for multi-thread also. But due to marketing and just the average opinion of the average tech YouTuber, basically everyone is buying these X3D chips, and people with Intel 14th Gen feel like they have to upgrade, which means we can buy them and get great value. Now, the only negative side to this is if you are a PC flipper, which, as you've probably known, I've done for a while, it's tough to sell an i7 PC nowadays. It's better to sell a Ryzen computer. But if you're building the computer for yourself, this is the best value for money. And no, they're not gonna disintegrate. I actually have an i9 13900K, which I built on a Jginyue Z790 motherboard 2 years ago. No BIOS update whatsoever, and the CPU is running perfectly. So these do not suffer from degradation, especially 14th Gen, especially a locked i7. So you can rest assured you're gonna be fine. However, you do want to get some good RAM to go with it. Now, Intel likes higher speed RAM, so you don't have to get 6000 megahertz, you can also get higher speed RAM. That's gonna depend widely on which deals you can get locally. So if someone is discounting an XMP only DDR5 RAM, which is not gonna work on AMD, because yes, we went back in time and nowadays there is certain RAM which is not gonna work on AMD CPUs. So if you can buy some of these kits for cheap, at around 7200 megahertz, just get them. But if you want something plug and play, get what I have here today, which also matches the motherboard perfectly. And it's some Kingbank DDR5 6000 megahertz CL36 RAM, which is gonna work even on the worst IMC you can get on an i7 ever. And you can still go ahead and tweak it a bit yourself. As usual, for the whole tweaking side, I have guides on the channel. This i7 still needs cooling, and it's not easy to cool. Let's be very clear about it. It draws more power than Ryzen, okay? Fully unlocked, it goes all the way up to 300 watts, which is why, thankfully, the motherboard has good VRMs, but we need a good cooler. So we can't go like we do usually with an AliExpress special $2 cooler. We have to go water-cooled or a very good air-cooled. Now, if you're buying brand new, I recommend you get a good air cooler like the Silence I reviewed while I was discussing air cooling in 2025, one of my recent videos. You may want to get that, or you can get one of the other good air coolers which I've reviewed, but really any dual tower air cooler is going to do a good job to cool this thing, okay? But what I've done here today is I went on the used market and I actually bought a very common combo, which you can also buy. A lot of people upgrade their case and their cooling together. So you find a lot of bundles on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Craigslist. You're gonna find a combo made up of case and water cooler. Okay, case and water cooler for cheap because they don't wanna dismount it. Maybe it can't fit the new case and you can buy it for really cheap. So I paid a whopping $40 for this Cooler Master TD500 mesh case with 3 included RGB fans. I added a $2 one from Aliexpress on the back, and this Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 water cooler. Now the only issue was they didn't give me the mounting kits for this socket. Here I kind of cheated because I just mounted it regardless. I managed to get some standoffs, measure the distance, and I managed to mount it. So you may want to get something with the right mounting kit for your socket, but little trick if you're into hacking up stuff. For Intel, like genuinely, even the older mounting kits, you can make them work if you have a bit of patience and maybe are open to do some drilling. But this is what I've done here, and this cooler is making the whole PC run so cool and so quiet. Since the i7 draws a bit more power than the Ryzen we usually use on the channel, we had to get a slightly better power supply, nothing crazy. I bought a Sharkun SHP 700 watts, 80 plus bronze PSU, non-ATX 3.0. We don't need it for our GPU, and we bought it for $20, which is good. No box, used cooler, but $20 is $20. Am I right? And then we got this, still on the used market, RTX 5060. Now, if you are very smart and you don't play single player titles and you don't need DLSS 3.0, I highly recommend you get an RTX 3070 instead. It's gonna be a lot higher performance, it's gonna be better, and you can buy it for cheaper than this GPU, because this one, I got a really good deal and I still paid too much for it. I paid $200 for it, and I think it's a really good deal. It's the cheapest 5060 I've gotten so far. So I recommend you get a 3000 series card or a 4000 series card. If you wanna go up with the budget a little bit, get a 4070, which is gonna be a lot faster, and you're gonna pay maybe $100 more on the used market, maybe even less if you're good at offering lowballing people. This is the actual build, and now we can talk numbers. So first of all, the temperatures are extremely low, but that's obvious because Arctic makes the best water cooler on the market. They used to do it, they do it now with the new one, so not surprised there. CPU is running really cool at full load with all these cores. And now check out this Firestrike score. Now Firestrike is an older benchmark, but it just gives you an idea of how well the PC performs in productivity and in gaming. I mean, check out the physics score, which is the CPU score. It's really, really good. And a combined also means everything is working how it should. However, in gaming, this thing goes even better. So in Apex Legends, we are maxing out 300 FPS all the time, even on the newest maps, even in ranked. Pool 5060 is being pushed to its limits, but the i7 is just carrying on with the power. It's running really well. And the same can be said for Warzone, because we are able to play at basically 240 Hz. So if we have a 240 Hz monitor, we're not going to be able to max it out because GPU is exploding, but we are very close. So if you get 3070, you're gonna max out 240 Hz 1080p, which is insane. So it goes without saying that in Fortnite you can play 300 FPS easily, and you can play any single player title out there because you also have frame gen, DLSS, all those things with the 5000 series GPU. Which is why this PC is the absolute best you can buy for $600. It's the best ever I've done for this price, but of course every year there's gonna be a new best because hardware gets old, of course, and the prices come down, which is nice. With that said, let me know if you like it, let me know if you would have changed anything, and I also want to know, did you build anything for a similar price which beats this thing? Let me know down below, and as usual, if you like the video, want to support me, drop a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.